Last month, a $1.4 billion company offered to buy my business. I'm 25 and I built it without creating a single product and without having more than 3 employees. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how I built a $7 million business with no products or services. But before I show you the strategy, you must understand why billion-dollar companies are actually willing to pay for this. So if you look around you, every major company from banks, insurance companies, real estate firms, home services companies, they all need one thing to survive: customers. And they are spending billions to get them. For example, this is a single invoice from one of our clients, $133,000, just for sending them qualified leads. And we have multiple clients paying for this every single month. Now, if you go back 5 years ago, I tried almost every single online business you can try. From consulting, I tried e-commerce, I had a traditional agency, and to be honest, mainly burning through time and money, until I found about this business model, which is selling leads and data. If you think about it, for example, for e-commerce, you need money for inventory and ads. Unless you do dropshipping or something like that, which is typically terrible customer experience due to long shipping times. Or with a traditional agency model, you need employees to really scale, and you always have to balance the supply and demand, which is clients and employees. Or if you do consulting, you trade time for money and rarely can scale the type of business or sell it. But with selling leads, what I do, you just need to connect the right companies and people together. There's no inventory, and you can keep the team very lean, while building also a sellable asset, a company that you can later sell. Here is what's interesting about this business model. The biggest companies in the world are desperate for good and qualified leads. But most marketers are too busy trying to run the typical SMM agency model, trying to sell these retainers to see the actual opportunity to actually grow their business to multiple 8 figures or 9 figures. So let me break this down in the simplest way possible. If you know companies like Credit Karma, I'm sure you know if you live in the US, they make $1.6 billion a year in revenue. Or NerdWallet, $539 million a year in revenue. Or if you live in the UK, you may know the company called Money Supermarket, which does over $535 million a year in dollars in revenue. And they all use the same business model I am about to show you. So instead of selling products or services, these companies do one thing. They build brands that generate leads at scale and then sell these leads to major companies who need customers. And that's exactly what I do. I do it actually without even building a brand. So let's take the financial services industry. I built a lead generation funnel that attracts and qualifies people looking for specific financial services. We generate thousands of leads per day through ads and sell them to major companies looking for new customers. So out of the 130,000-ish leads I generated so far, I sold each between $25 to $300. So multiply that by thousands of leads per day and you will understand how I hit 7 million without having a real product. But here is the best part. Unlike most businesses where you need new customers every month, these companies will buy every single qualified lead you can send them for years. One of my clients has been buying 300 to 450 leads per day for over 18 months straight. Now you are probably thinking, if it's so simple, why isn't everybody doing this? It's typically 2 reasons. First, most marketers don't know how to approach and work with these larger companies. They are stuck pitching these small local businesses on Instagram. Or second, they are still stuck in the retainer model, charging 2 to 5K per month when they could be making 6 figures per month per client selling leads. Now let me show you exactly how I built this lead generation machine and how these deals actually work. The whole system has 3 main parts. First, you need to pick the right market. You want industries where companies have high customer lifetime value, they can handle massive scale, they are well capitalized, and most importantly, they have products or services that can be sold nationwide. This is where most people mess up. They try to generate leads for local businesses or industries that can handle volume or don't have existing sales process, which doesn't work. Meanwhile, there are billion-dollar companies begging for leads in finance, insurance, and legal services or home services, similar industries. For example, this single client paid us over $150,000 per month just because we are in the right market with the right offer. Next, you build what I call a lead generation brand. This isn't some instant form on Facebook. We are talking about a real brand that attracts thousands of people looking for specific services. So if you think about it, when somebody searches for best loan rates or compare insurance quotes, who shows up? Companies like NerdWallet or Forbes Advisor or similar companies that rank on Google. That's exactly what we are building, just in different vertical. Now, for the most important part, how to structure these deals, this is where the real money is made. Most marketers try to sell lead generation services on a monthly retainer. That's not really how you can scale. What we do internally is we structure deals with the minimum monthly commitments. So instead of saying to a client, hey, want us to generate some leads for you, we approach companies with data. And for example, that can look like, here is our lead quality metrics, here is the current volume we can generate, and here is why it's better than just relying on internal campaigns. And then we lock in deals for 100, 200, or 500 leads per day for just a trial. And this structure makes us on average $52,200 per client per month. And that's just from one client, one buyer. And we have clients that pay us 100K, 150K, or 200K per month per client for all of these leads that we send them. Now you are probably thinking this sounds too good to be true. But let me show you why this model is actually lower risk than most businesses. First, in most cases, you get paid before you spend on advertising. Second, There's no inventory and employees needed. And third, the bigger you get, the more leverage you have. Now, once you build this whole system, you have options to either keep scaling and adding more and more buyers, basically building a cash cow business, or you can sell the business as a package, as a lead generation brand for multiple millions to some insurance company or some private equity like I got offers to. And this is exactly how I built a multi-million-dollar business at 25. No products, no personal brand, not selling some courses, just connecting leads with companies. So if you like this, in the next video I will be breaking down more of this strategy step by step. So make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification to get it when it's out.